What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Adam says Wednesday. Yes, it is. Hope you guys are all doing absolutely fantastic. You guys are piling on into the rooms. Man, we got the squadron piling in. We'll go in, check out the markets, but we got Adam in the house. Good morning to you. We got Andy. Good morning. Bill, Brian, Chris, TN. That could only stand for Chris from Tennessee. What is happening? We got Greg Gilbert in the house. Good morning to Jay, Joe, Lenandro. Good morning to you. Lauren, Martina. We got Mike, Raj. Good morning. We got Ron, Tanya, Remco piling in. Whew, we got all my peeps at YouTube land. Good morning to Rado. All you guys lurking in the background of YouTube. Good morning to all you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Let's stop futzing around. Let's see what happens with the market. Let us see what is going on in the market. Morning, Remco. Got Daniel. Good morning to you on YouTube land. All right, so we do have a little tiny gap up. I mean, kind of cool. Nothing really happening. So not much really happening this morning. There was some companies that reported earnings, but we've got some bigger beast ahead of us. We'll see. Let's take a look real quick at let's dive into yesterday's candle just for a second. I think we can spend a minute on this one. And I know I already have a fib up there. I'm going to draw another fib just to see from the top of this original move here down to I think where that move ended. So we got slightly above the 50% retracement with that gap up yesterday. We didn't quite hit the 618. Kind of fell in between that. And again, the move that I'm measuring on this one is here's where we started to kind of pull back. After we attempted, the bulls tried to go bullish. And then the bulls did come in bullish down here. So essentially what I'm measuring is this line, right? Overall, the trends recently still very bearish. And we did kind of retest into that 50 with that gap open, slightly above it. Not able to even really touch the 10 EMA on the daily yet. And we started to pull back. So should be interesting to see what happens today as it was definitely with that gap up a little bit more bullish sentiment. It was a retest gap. We retested. We closed about halfway through what is that, Monday's candle. So I think I don't know. I don't know. Is this still momentum to the bullish side for today and we could kind of rally up and all that was just some little profit taking? Maybe. We still have the VPOX moving higher, so we're still trending bullish. Today it looks like we are opening ahead of that VPOC as well. So still technically a little bit leaning bullish, but I'm concerned. I would say I'm concerned. The levels that I do want to watch though would be yesterday's VPOC as any type of support. So I'm going to be looking for 40, not looking at 40, 438.28 on the SPY. So that's the level I want to see that we could hold, which was yesterday's VPOC to the downside. If we could hold that, we have a shot. The next spot is my imaginary line, which I drew forever ago, but it seems to be working. And by the way, when it's imaginary, it's actually based on the volume areas of liquidity. So, but it's been working pretty spectacular. We're back into that zone now, and the question is, can we hold it? So I think that's going to be resistance for right now. So I'm going to call out 438.91, and that's going to give us a very tight range. If we can start breaking 438.91 and we can get above there, we start to hold and we start to use that as support, then we have a shot to maybe run it into maybe 440.80, something like that, with crazy bullishness, 442.52. I don't know that we get there, but that would be right into the 618. So if we could get there, that's going to be a very, very strong, probably spot to hold for the bears. So we will see on that one. Let's take a look real quick at the Qs, but a little bit of kind of wait and see indecision on on the Qs on the SPY. So we'll see. Qs very similar too. So inside day, it's going to make it a little bit more choppy. Same thing. I think we have some level of support. Actually, for volume yesterday, we actually made a new little down VPOC, but we're just in this area, just chopping around still. We are higher than Tuesday. So the first level I'd be looking for is 364.05. The next one down from there is going to take us to about 363.65. So we'll see if those two levels could hold. If not, then we start to really break down. I think 361.92, and we got this one lonesome one all the way down to 356.92. That's never been retested, and will it? Probably at some point, I would imagine. I just don't know when. To the higher side, let's say we're able to hold those levels. If we are able to push up 366.32, that's going to be where our resistance comes in. We've already retested that one. So in a bullish case, bullish theory, that's already been retested. We do have an opportunity to break through that. That would take us to 368.05. So let's see if we can get any of those bullish jets running today. We got some levels of support. The real question is how significant are those levels of support when we're coming into a downtrend? Lauren wants to take a look at MRK, also A&F as a fade. Adam wants to look at A&F as well. Win says good morning. Good morning to you, Win. Jennifer Level wants to take a look at Netflix. All right, let's go. We got MRK. Merck and Company. All right. Let me take that trade off. Merck. So a little bit of a gap up on Merck. Is there news? Manchester United. If this is going to be one of the articles where they just tell me how much it's up or down pre-market, that's yeah, that's that article. How do I get that job? Just write what the company is and be like, that's news. There's got to be something. Cancer drug maker gains after Roche discloses positive data from drugs. So positive news, rival drug maker Merck up 1.2% at 108.10. Gilead Sciences is 1% to 77 pre-markets. They evaluate. All right, so they have some positive news in drug land, which is good. Pretty bearish candle yesterday. Some volume, nothing too crazy. I like this volume a lot. The fact that we took this candle out, essentially these two candles. We've already been getting to that area though. Where's the next little resistance on this thing? To the higher side. I don't see really. I see a first spot 110.30. So that gives us 30 cents. So we got to break through that pivot. And then I think we could hit 112.69. There's not going to be a big short float in this thing. It's kind of on the verge of a head and shoulders. We have some type of trend line that was here. Something to that. We've already kind of run into this. This might be a little choppy. If we could get above it, there's really nothing stopping us to this. So I almost want to wait for that breakout to happen. I don't want to be the first one into this one, but I want that to break, hold that VPOC, and then give us a little bit more room to the higher side for a bigger retest. I think that's how I want to play that one. I'm going to scoot it up on the list, providing that the trading view wizards want me to. Let's see if I can get that higher. There we go. It's working today. All right. Abercrombie and Fitch. Nice little gap up on earnings. Every time I look at my previous trades, I'm like, I guess I should have made those targets bigger, huh? All right, so we're at $48.34 pre-market. Nothing really stopping it. They're Abercrombie and Fitch. I kind of like the idea of the fade on this one. You have every single person profitable. Let's see for how long though. We can't be at. What are they at? AI? The A stands for artificial. Nothing too crazy. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people, even on a monthly basis. There's a lot of people, 1, 2, 3, 4, that might be taking profits into this gap up. We're at a little bit of resistance longer term. Calls is getting a popper real quick too. They just got a candle. Yeah, I think I like it kind of for the fade. I think people are gonna want to take profits on this thing. I would. Considering I don't even know where they used to be in the malls, I think. I don't know where they are now. They're inside Kohl's pretty much, I think. I don't know. But yeah, that's a decent gap. I would love to see something green candle come in on this thing, and I think playing the fade down makes sense. The only problem with the fade, you're gonna have a little bit, which we can still make some money into this, but we're gonna have a little bit of issue at 46.14, and then if that could break, so if we could really break, I mean, even a little bit lower, 45.49. If we could break that, then I'd have nothing really stopping me till about 42.38, and that could be one heck of a retest. You were gapping past some previous crazy pivots. I don't think there's many people short on it. I mean, you had a nice little run up into this. Yeah, I would have to put this on the list and to play this one higher. I mean, to play this one as a fade. I want to see some kind of buying come out of the gate. And the only reason I'm not wanting to go bullish is because not Kohl's. That's it. Speaking of Kohl's, they did beat. I got a text from Ron this morning. He's like, "Yeah, man, your favorite company. Surprise earnings." I'm like, it's only a surprise to those that do not know. That's it. I'm like, it's not for me. No, it's expected. It's Kohl's. I don't understand. Yep, we got a little bit of a gap up on Kohl's again. It's a pretty big breakdown candle on Kohl's. They did surprise beat to the upside. We're gonna have all those moving averages come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be wave 5. If anything, if you're playing this one bullish, probably 27.35. Otherwise, if you do want to short, probably 27.35 would be your zone to do that. So we'd have to come up a little bit. So not much more room to work. I do like Abercrombie and Fitch a little bit better. To try the fade, Adam also wants to just take Tesla down to 0. Tesla is gapping down a good $5 ish. Retest gaps. You want to fade this one higher, huh? We talked about the 227 zone yesterday, as that was my target that I was looking for. And right where we came in, I even have the alarm still set here. We missed my alarm, my rando alarm by I don't know, 50 cents, something like that. But I wouldn't be opposed to fading this one higher either. It is a retest gap. Yeah, we've already retested where we had to. This is our first little bounce spot. Yeah, Tesla, I'd probably look to go bullish at open. That was my plan when we get to 227, and we hit it just after hours, or got kind of close to it. We actually hit 227. We just didn't hit my alarm. All right. Yeah, I'd be looking for that Tesla fade to a bullish direction, as it is a retest gap, and we did have some momentum. Let's do one more thing on this one, just to clarify if this is a good risk to reward type trade, though. And that would be use of Fibonacci. Yeah, a 50% tracement is somewhere right at 226.86. And what did we hit pre-market? 226.50. So it's about a 50% retracement of that apparent breakout. We still have the abandoned baby, the little one candle reversal island, and whatever else you want to call it, but that's still there. That's usually a decent reversal signal. We did reverse. We gapped up. There was bullish sentiment. We faded. Yeah, as long as that thing doesn't break, you should be good in a bullish direction. So, if we can get good risk to reward on it, you do have this VPOC right here. There's one lower, and that would be my only concern about when do we get in. But there is one lower, 224, 224.20, somewhere in that zone. But I think out of the gate, a good fade on that one might make sense. Foot Locker. Yeah, Peloton's down 28%. I don't understand. I mean, they make bikes that don't move. That's I don't know why you're not. Why wouldn't anybody be bullish? All right, we got Peloton, so we got Foot Locker. Let's take a look at that one first. And this one is a major gap down. Gap down. They're not able to sell those Jordans no more, huh? All right. But surprise beat, only missing the estimates by 5%. I mean, they missed. I don't know if that justifies this type of a move. They're earning. They have to have some kind of forecast news or something, because this is an atrocious move. It wasn't. I mean, whoo, whoo. Uh oh. What do you guys buy shoes from now? Because I know I personally have not been to a Foot Locker probably in 20 years. If you like Foot Locker and if you shop there, you can now get pricing from 2004 if you'd like. So you could skip 2 decades of non-investments into Foot Locker and pick it up again. I've been there since I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them. Not that again, I go to the mall that much, but I know there's a Foot Locker in the mall. I mean, they usually have people in it. I don't know. This is a terrifying gap, but like I just mentioned, if you missed out on 2 decades of investing and you actually like Foot Locker, this would be a buy opportunity. I mean, down at 1571 somewhere. I don't know if they have a dividend, but I can't imagine that dividend is safe. And the earnings weren't horrible. They did miss. I don't think they missed by this much. But yeah, you're. I don't know. This is a rough one to play. You're definitely at support though. This is a terrifying buy again if you have time on your side and you like Foot Locker. And it's not a recommendation, but if you like Foot Locker, you're at decent support. That's as much as I can say there. On a day trade basis, we're selling into this gap pretty decently. I think this is a good fade higher. I'm concerned. The only reason I won't have more conviction that this is a fade higher, and maybe I'd still take it bullish. I'm not sure. The only reason I really don't have, like, I can't be like, yeah, I love this one so much, is because we are breaking through some pretty big gaps on this thing. But that is a big support we're at. Yeah, 40-cent dividend, but I'll have to look into the actual earnings report. I want to see the cash flow. So dividends is going to be based off of the cash flow. If they're hurting on cash flow, that dividend might not be safe. So right now it's 40-cent divvies, which is going to be a pretty decent dividend down at $15 if you're buying it, and that dividend holds. But I would be a little concerned that the dividend might not hold, especially if we start going into any type of recession or something gets crazy in the markets, which I can't say that it's not happening yet. Then as they struggle, that might be like the retail ones you'll see come and go. Like in Kohl's right now, I'm still in for, I don't know where we got in, $17, $18, $18, I think. The dividend is like 9%. I really don't want to let those shares go. I'm just give me as much 9% divvies every year as possible. And then it's a bonus that I had about $29 was my price target. So we hit that within, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months, something like that. So we already kind of got there of where I wanted to be at, where I thought it was valued a little longer term. So there's an extra bonus, but and then at that $29 level, I sold some covered calls, made some additional money. So it was fine. But you'll even Kohl's, like, how safe is the dividend? Like retail suffers and they come back strong, and they're messy. Let's take a look at Peloton, the stationary bike. This looks disastrous. I think this one actually probably has the ability to go lower. For today, maybe it fades higher. But I would assume and again, probably the last recent move, straight downtrend, gapping, all of those people who shorted. This one probably does fade up higher, I think. But once we get to this level of $6-7, I think people are going to be probably fleeing unless we have the craziest bullish candle that anybody's ever seen today. I think this $7 level, probably before 698, 696, is going to be a level where everybody's just sick and tired of the stock. So you tried to get in there, they double bottomed it, you felt good, it came all the way back. Okay, you're not happy, not sad, but they held it again. You got some more, strong support. That got all broken. That's going to be a major resistance down on Peloton. So I think this one probably fades up higher for today. I would assume. Just based on that downtrend, people were definitely shorting this one into earnings. Was this earnings? Yeah, what'd they do? Surprise miss by only 61%. Okay, Peloton. They're trying to expand to a full workout program, but it may be a little too late with Apple Fitness. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of competition. And there's the what was that, Beachbody one or something? I don't know. I think somebody bought that one. I'm not sure if Apple did or not, but that's a tough business to be in. There's a lot of competition. There's even off of YouTube, there's a lot of competition. So they'd have to really do something else. Maybe they could actually make bikes that move. That might be a good start. We'll see. We'll see what they want to do. All right. Any other tickers? I got 7 more minutes. Otherwise, we'll just run through the list. Take a look at AMD. They should set up their Pelotons in Foot Locker. That's what they should do. Peloton needs a full self-driving e-bike to survive. Yeah. Peloton, if they could incorporate AI into the bike, oh man, that's a strong buy. The bike just learns your workout patterns. And then basically off of most people who buy the Peloton, they use it for the first week and then never touch it again. And then AI just turns off and saves power. That would be a huge benefit. AMD is kind of still at the lows of yesterday. A little bit of support on AMD. That might be a interesting spot to look for a buy, I would assume. Lyra says, what do you think about NVIDIA earnings? Can I plead the fifth? I would like to plead the fifth here and not answer this question. I don't know. I mean, the earnings are not out yet. I believe tonight we get them. And I think everybody should be watching NVIDIA earnings. I think everybody should be watching the actual report that comes in, and I think everybody should be listening to the conference call. Whether you own any NVIDIA or not, this market has been absolutely boosted by 7 stocks, most of them revolving around AI. NVIDIA has been the biggest success story from AI. Microsoft has just come out with their earnings and said, yeah, we see AI being profitable, but it's going to be gradual and slow. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. They want quick and speedy and get rich quick. So we've seen this AI bubble, and that's what it is. I mean, I can't rephrase that question any other way. I think personally, my opinion, NVIDIA is extremely overvalued. You're paying 200 times probably what the company's worth on today's revenue. So yeah, AI could be something. I don't think the earnings report, like they had a good quarter last quarter. They made, I mean, surprise beat by 659. I think they made like $11 billion. They're impressive. I like the company. I don't think the stock matches the company. And that being said, they could come out with earnings. They could mention the AI 37 more times on the conference call, and this stock could get absolutely pumped again. I think it has a big move up or big move down. I don't think there's anything small about it. it will be most heavily watched, and I think the market will absolutely react off of Nvidia. So is this the possibility to kill AI and the AI story, kind of like the dot-com bubble? There's going to be survivors, and I think probably Nvidia is lined up to be one of them. I think Microsoft. We did a session. This is probably back in February, March, I think, one of those 2 months. When I was on the mic, we went through maybe the top 11 companies to get involved with if you want a piece of AI. And so far, every single one of those ones has pumped. I guess it was recorded. I'm not sure, but every single one of those companies, including Palantir, including even Snow has moved up, even Nvidia, Microsoft, they're all a piece of AI. But there's a lot of companies out there that will absolutely not survive, and the stronger ones will, and they'll be prosperous and good and good, great investments. So I don't know what happens from earnings on Nvidia today, but I would say be careful if you don't own any. If you do, you're getting great premiums to the sell some calls against your positions if you have at least 100 shares, and that's what I would put. But you're gambling. I mean, the market will react how the market's going to react, and that's all. My plan for tomorrow is to play it as the bell opens after I have the information, and I don't need to get in this one before. And I think also I've been trying to figure out how to play it. I can't play it with the options. It's just too completely inflated. The only thing I can really do is maybe take out either calls or puts on whichever direction you think on either SPY or Qs, most likely Qs. And even maybe a sympathy play like play AMD. AMD will respond to Nvidia. So something like that is a better opportunity. Even premium wise, it's decreased. And we'll have to see, but tomorrow's going to be fun. Tomorrow morning will be fun. Greg Gilbert stalking TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. That kind of looks like a fun gap. I don't know how much it's going to move, though. You still got some of the negative connotations on the Chinese market or Asian markets. But that is a fun looking gap. That was also a retest gap. That was bullish sentiment at open. That was some profit taking. That looks good. Be concerned about the targets, I guess. 94.18, 94.37, and then maybe up to like 94.73. But yeah, that's a good looking gap. We'll throw that one higher on the list. We'll see what happens on that one. I don't have any positions. Too scary. Yeah, and again, there's I think instead of playing Nvidia, probably play some of the sympathy companies. Play the Qs. I think the Qs are going to move pretty big off of Nvidia. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's a complete dud and nothing happens. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, let's go for the pop up. I'm in long term 187 ish. On the vids. That's a good price. It's still about $100 higher than where I think the company is worth, but that's me. That's me, right? I'll miss a lot of things. Somebody, I think, said Netflix. I don't forget who it was. Netflix, a little bit of a gap, pretty decent. First little resistance for 1986, and then after that, if we could break through, 27. But that looks decent too. We'll put that one up. But I heard the sound of the morning opening bell. That's how the day starts, ladies and gentlemen. So, unfortunately, everybody in YouTube land, this is where I got to disconnect. You guys are more than welcome to join us. We do trade every single day from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We got courses, we got classes, we got a lot of different activities throughout the day besides trading as well. But we'd love to see you guys here. Make sure you guys check out reallifetrading.com. Otherwise, hit the like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Sharing is caring. Otherwise, I'll see you guys